Hello again, everyone. I am back with an extremely difficult challenge this time. I'm going to tackle the finale of the Yellow Comet Hard campaign, get 300 points, without using the exploit where Adder blocks his own factory, and toughest of all, I'm not going to let Adder kill any of my units. Kill him.
It was the weather.
I think this is even tougher than getting no casualties while winning by frontal assault on Great Sea Battle. Part of the problem, besides the mission just being really difficult and this added challenge being insane, is that the AI is breaking what I thought were ironclad rules, left and right. I don't know how to explain it. So it's just the Wild West here. I can't predict what the AI will do. It's been way smarter than it should be. I think the machines are gaining sentience and getting good at games. So, one reason this mission is so hard, even compared to the normal campaign version, is that Adder has a truly massive standing force. About 20 units. Meaning that to get a good power score you need to kill 2 more units with Kanbei in a single turn. In my experience, 7 kills in 1 turn is the minimum to get a good power score in this mission. That's really hard to do. 8 is comfortable, but that's almost impossible to do. Especially because you can see here he has this rocket and Neotank, which both make it really hard to get into this nice open area, which is where we did a lot of our killing in the normal campaign version. Instead, you'll usually be stuck fighting somewhere in this wooded area full of choke points where even if you're Kanbei, it's hard to get many kills at once. Before continuing though, there's one bit of business to attend to. I think I should buy some things in the battle map shop with all the points I've been earning. I'm close to the point cap, wouldn't want to waste any. As I've said before, I think it's pretty cool that there are so many unlockables in this game. COs, the ability to listen to sounds and music, the hard campaign itself, lots of different war room maps. Especially your first time through the game, it makes for a fun sense of accomplishment, and curiosity about what new secrets might be around the corner and how you need to unlock them. I'm not going to unlock Adder, of course. Nobody likes you, Adder. I will acknowledge an occasional downside though, which is that having unlockables in the game can be a nuisance on future playthroughs when you've already unlocked them in the past and just want to get back into the fun. Needing to re-unlock hard mode, for example, if beating the whole normal campaign again, not so great. Alright, back to the action. I'm going to go for that base as soon as I can possibly get to it. I'll drive my tank right into range. I'm Kanbei, so he won't attack me. Advance the recon and anti-air, and build some infantry. Max is definitely the right choice for this mission. I mean, he was the right choice in normal campaign too, but you can make an argument for someone like Colin there, maybe, getting out bombers a little bit faster compared to Max's being stronger. Here, do you see that missile? For that reason, because of that missile, only Max is a valid choice in this mission. That missile perfectly guards the pipe seam and the nearby mini cannon, and another mini cannon too, so you really need to be able to instant kill those things with Max bombers. Colin bombers was shot down by the missile having accomplished almost nothing. Alright, let me check that Adder has not blocked his own factory. Due to luck of the AI, he often just will park his first battleship on the factory door and never produce anything there again ever. That makes things too easy, and I want maximum challenge here. So I'll save here to lock in a challenging AI. So, first of all, I want to go capture that base as fast as I can. And then, I think it's best to attack his tank from the north side. If I'm lucky, I'll stay at 10 HP. It's something like a 1/3 chance, I believe. However, I've recently noticed that sometimes what I see in the damage calculator in Advanced Wars by Web for Kanbei in particular doesn't match up to what I see in this game. I'm investigating further, and in the meantime I'll take out his tank here at this anti-air. And then the other thing I need to do this turn is take care of that artillery. It'll run away unless it either thinks it's safe, which it won't because it doesn't have enough shields, or unless I have a target in its range like this. Now it'll shoot the recon instead. Over here I must go for that early capture, that's important. And here, let me think about whether I want to have this infantry picked up immediately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's kind of efficient. As opposed to just grabbing that city immediately for more money faster. And both are valid options. I think I will go for the base earlier, and we'll see if it works out. I do save most of my money, though. I need to get a Neotank out very fast. Speaking of money, Max can't really do all that much over here. until you have enough money saved up for a lander. Alright, he's being fully aggressive with his Neotank, so that's good for him and bad for me. Oh, he's pulling back his APC, that's also really bad for me. Oftentimes, he's super aggressive with it, and that gives you a great opportunity. You can then save that as a kill for later on, basically. But now I can't do that. Alright, so what I've got to do now... Wait, he didn't shoot my... Oh man, I mentioned it's the Wild West. The AI is not behaving by the normal rules. In my test runs, he always shot the recon if it was available, and otherwise ran away. Something is weird with the AI, I don't even know what. Now, do I want to kill that thing, or leave it alive at a few HP? If I leave it alive, I can maybe get a good power turn off of it later on. I think I'm going to go for the kill. If I drop there, that works pretty well. That's an efficient movement. If you've been wondering, by the way, why I'm not buying anything, I'm saving my money for a Neotank next turn to deal with his MD tank that's coming in. That's also why I chose this capture order. It gave me exactly enough money for that purpose. So here is where Colin would have a superficial advantage getting out a lander a turn earlier, but I really don't think it's worth it. Because there's that missile... Oh, he's not using his... Wow. I don't even... He has exactly enough to use his CO power, and he's not using it. I don't think I've ever seen an adder delay using his CO power unless he's just gotten too far past it on the gauge. And he didn't advance the MD tank? I've never seen him delay that. Well, okay. I mean, I had a perfect trap ready for him, but oh well. This is a problem because now he's positioned to stop me from getting anywhere near that base that I've been planning on. My plan, which had worked in all the experimental runs I tried, is to have my infantry that's on the base currently go capture the nearby city, which should be in range of his MD tank. So he mindlessly goes for that because the AI always interrupts captures, and then my Neotank drives up and annihilates him for free. But I can't do that now. And now I can't get past him to the other neutral base either. I will step one back in case he uses the CO power this turn all of a sudden. Okay, so now at long last I get that lander. So now he uses it. He didn't get any more power, it's the exact same amount. He doesn't have any targets in range, as far as I'm aware. Another battleship, another sub. Okay. Well, strange. And that doesn't cover the landing either. Yeah, okay. I honestly could not explain the AI to you. I used to think I understood it, but no longer think that I understand it. On this mission, it's just incomprehensible to me. If I do this attack, I'll definitely take some scratch damage. It might still be worth doing, even with his Neotank coming in. That reduced him to 1 HP, which is a good place for him to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I take damage on this thing, though. Can I get myself another tank this turn? I can. I think I'll go for that, then. Well, let's see what's next. The one thing to watch out for when doing a lander drop here is make sure he doesn't have his CO power ready. If so, he can move a sub up and sink your lander with that. Otherwise you should be safe because his battleship will always attack infantry on cities instead of attacking your lander, so you're okay. pulling that guy back for repairs too. This is a problem. Well, I think I would be wise to start getting repairs. I'll try to put a bait unit over here, I think. And you can pull back. And you can pull forward. I need more anti-airs now. So I'll get another one. He's going to get triple copters out soon. Need to be ready for that dark day. His battleships are behaving unusually and it worries me. Usually they rush over to Max, who they can't be effective against at all. Because Max just needs to do one uninterruptible lander drop, and then he can get his bombers out and doesn't care anymore. Once in a while one goes for Kanbei, which is a real nuisance, and basically means you'll have no hope of getting that factory. Just pull back and give it up. He'll usually be dumb enough to put it next to the coastline, then your Kanbei and Neotanks and chip it down. If you don't care about zero casualties, you can counter him by building a sub, but he's got a cruiser and sub nearby, and those can sink even a Kanbei sub. And you can't stay hidden from him because Kanbei can't instant kill battleships even with his superpower. So for me, a sub is not really a viable option. This is a bad outcome for me too. He got smart with his artillery. In general, he's playing very defensively and very intelligently this mission, which is a big issue for me. I'm going to poke his artillery with my infantry though, and then try to bait his Neotank so that he gives me a free shot on it with my Neotank. On second thought though, I don't really have many units that I want to use as bait that I can guarantee he would hit instead of hitting something else. And if I just go first strike his Neotank now from the forest, I won't take too much damage, even from his artillery. And that might give me a chance to push him back out of this factory zone and maybe take it over after all. I'd really love to have this base. Well, you know me. I pretty much always take the aggressive option, so that's what I'm going to do here. My Neotank can afford to take some damage right now anyway. He doesn't really have anything else coming that is good at fighting. Since I took the time to repair my chip damage before, and have the forest bonus now, and I'm Kanbei, I really won't take much damage here. If I could only break through, that'd be really nice. But I think that's impossible. I mean, hypothetically, this infantry does about 5% counting luck. And this tank does about 23% with average luck. And I think he's somewhere in the 32 to 35% HP range, just from what I saw of the bar. How would an anti-air do instead of the infantry? 5% base, so 15% max, 10% average? That's a lot better. Then my other anti-air can break through to his artillery. As long as my luck is okay, this should work. As a bit of post-commentary, I checked the numbers on advanced scores by web after this, and it was about a 70% chance things would work out my way here. Alright, it worked. So in that case, I can break through here. And we're back in business going for that base. Although all his copters forming around will make it difficult to get anyway. Three of them all seeming to move in really aggressively. I'll get another anti-air then. Well, we'll give it a try at least. Maybe I'll start slow walking an infantry from back there and it'll get in position to be useful at some point. Okay, he's back in time to contest the landing if he wants to. So I won't try that. I can still get my bomber out next turn. Where is anti-airs going? He usually builds anti-airs. Okay, sending them south. That works for me. The AI is not too bright about where they send those things. Alright, he might well use his CO power. I want to make sure that I'm safely out of range. I'm ready to make a getaway, I think. We're seeing that from him a lot. He gets a lot of side slips in this mission. Usually not consequential, but if you're going for no casualties, having it suddenly move a space further than you expected could be a problem. So don't be surprised. You see he dives his sub there, he'll surface the next turn. That is one rule the AI still seems to abide by here. For some reason, their AI is just obsessed with alternately surfacing and diving any subs that are moving at least. Obviously the stationary ones that don't move until you get in the range are an exception to that. Do I want to go for that? I mean, he could potentially pull back the APC and attack me at that stage. I think I'm going to try it. Can't actually move as far as it looks there, so that's okay. You're going to get healed up. If he's dumb enough to walk in range and attack this bait, he will lose all his copters in one go. I can accept that outcome. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, so here it would be foolish to even go for a capture. He's got double battleships all over me. But a bomber should shoo him away. Or at least give me the ability to wipe one of them out before it kills me. Oh, he takes the bait as expected there. Will his APC be smart or will it be dumb? That B-copter is being dumb. Okay, great. That infantry just gets to shrug off their attacks as planned. Because it's on a mountain, so it has 70% defense. Or at least for the first hit. Ah, he moved that out of the way. It's interesting. Does let him bring that thing in, so we'll take a bunch of damage, actually. So he was smarter than I expected. Alright, well in that case, there's not much sense in trying to pursue that any further right now. I think I'd be better off just... I mean, it's tempting to save some of these copters, but I think I should just go for the triple copter kill right now and wipe them out, and then try to make a push forward from there. And maybe get better groundwork and kill more things. I must remember this should give him his super, though. Or at least it's a high chance. I haven't even looked at his gauge, but just... Oh no, I guess not. I guess he really has overused that, and is therefore starting to need to pay a lot for it. I think I've mentioned this a time or two before, but basically every star of your CO power gauge requires you to take 9,000 damage or deal 18,000 damage to fill up. The reason this is sometimes confusing, though, is that it doesn't really show fractions very well. So you can often have situations where it looks like it didn't change by the right amount, but it's just because it's, you know, the fraction not being shown. Alright, I could build like a rocket here to push him back further, maybe. I might be able to start sinking one of his ships for possibly like a free extra kill that would not otherwise be available. It's an interesting idea, at least. Worth considering. consider it I shall. Alright, well, that kicks him out of this area for a while, at least. His infantry will probably reverse course. Do either of those guys threaten the city? They do not threaten the city. I can now capture it. Now, he's going to get his CO power soon. Maybe this turn, maybe he will save it again like he did that one weird time. So let me just assume that he can go one space further than that. I should walk at least to here, if not further. Now that sub is going to run out of fuel eventually, because it's going to be diving and surfacing and diving and surfacing. And subs don't have that much fuel to begin with, so it's not a long-term worry by any means. It's a short-term threat. Ah, bomber. That's going to be a long-term threat. Ah, he does dare attack. Okay. Well, take the move that I want to do there first. Now, prospects of getting this factory are still looking pretty bleak, honestly. I can drive up there and I can, break through and just start beating him senseless. He certainly won't attack this. It goes 2, 3, 5, 7. So he can't attack this square. If I go for the capture, I just won't get it before the bomber shows up. It's the big problem. But it will let me tie down the bomber into a controllable area. If only I could guarantee that he would use the CO power this turn, but he's not going to. Guarantee that the bomber would go somewhere I can attack it. But I can't do that without putting something that's actually vulnerable in its range. So, I think I need to just wall him for now, and I'll figure out something that I can do. Would a mech be useful here? I don't know. I don't really think so, just given his unit composition. Okay, so that's mine, which is nice. This guy had better run full speed over here so that his sub can sink and I can hopefully shift back before getting in range of that guy. I'm just going to assume that that cruiser is going to keep coming this way. I'll advance slowly till I have 2 bombers, and that'll move them full speed together, I hope. Don't need to worry anymore about an attack there, so that's nice. I also need to find out where his fighter's going to go. He built a fighter fairly soon, and where that goes can make a big difference. I think this turn the build is going to be a Neo tank. Ah, he has a copter. What can I bait a bomber with that he would hate to have a bomber attack for nothing. Probably an infantry on a mountain would be the ideal thing for him to waste his time on. Drop that off. I need more infantry, but can't get everything that I want. 1 to 5 build per turn. Okay. Just need to be out of his range this last time, pretty much. Is that possible, to be out of range of both? We'll see. Oh, I need to bear in mind, if I attack that cruiser with my bomber, he might get a superpower. I say might because the star gauge is really not very precise. Losing a cruiser would fill up 2 stars normally, but his stars now take more money because he's used his CO power a couple of times. But he also has an unknown fraction of his next star already, so it's really not clear. So I had better think about what squares will be safe if he gets a superpower. If I'm in that square... oh, that's vulnerable. No good. I need him not to get it for another turn then, actually. Well, this square is safe, isn't it? I think it is. What can this attack? He still doesn't have his CO power, which he shouldn't. He's passed it up like 3 times now. So, I should be able to count on him not getting it for another turn. Which gives that sub time to run the fuel. Ah, he sent the fighter the way that I was afraid of. Okay. That gonna send me reeling on that side. Usually, even though you have no air units for Canvey, he'll send that fighter south, which is really nice. Okay, well that sub is dead next turn. I am now being threatened by his copter and his incoming ships, though. And I have a bigger problem, which is that I just still have not got to the point that I can see any way to get the required number of kills. 7 kills. And I can help break through like that. But I don't really have any more units to break through, so that won't accomplish much on its own. Let's just do that attack. We don't need to worry about flank ruining everything there. It would have been nice if I could have killed it next turn or something like that when I maybe have a way through, but we just can't do everything that we want to. I do want to advance, like, no, because I can't wall this spot very well. That should help push him back a little bit at least. And then I can stand like that. Well, we'll see what I can do. Okay. Well, if I pull these guys back, there's always the chance that that will cause him to not move the fighter in against them, which would be beneficial to me. So I will go for this kill. Now, regret having built that extra infantry who's no longer of any use, it seems. 6, 1, 2, 3. So I need to move at least, 3 squares, it seems. Which also fits with that guy's attack range. Would have been interesting to just drop off over here actually and have some max infantry join the fray, but I feel like they'd be just liabilities, most likely. And so here I think I've just got to pull all the way back. Maybe I'll attack that pointless sub just to build up Max's power gauge while I'm already building up adders. Hopefully he feels closer to that side now. How Adder's fighter happens to move is a crucial bit of luck that will just depend on what AI it's assigned by the factory when it's created. Here I seem to have gotten one of the unlucky for me AI. No, he's being smart. He just has too many battleships. It's getting overwhelming. Unfortunately, the rocket that was driving up for all those turns now has to turn around and retreat because his battleship just cruised up to be outranging me. Even if he wasn't already around my port, by the way, I've mentioned I think that building a sub is not a good idea when you're going for 0 casualties. Because he's got that cruiser and that submarine both nearby where you want to be fighting. And you can't just say instant kill the battleship and therefore be invisible to him again with a dived sub, because even with your superpower, you can't instant kill a Adder battleship with a Kanbei sub. Looking at what he's got here, I really see no options but to retreat. I can't get past his battleships. Normally I'd like to be getting that base, but it's not really needed. All Kanbei needs to do is get a bunch of kills, and if I retreat and he follows me out into the open ground, that might actually be a better way to go about doing that. Less glamorous maybe, but more effective. This is a really tricky situation. I'm not even sure I can guarantee that none of my guys get focus fired down by a battleship plus one of his other pursuing vehicles or something. I've got to move very carefully. How can I salvage this? Something has to be left in range of his battleship, and I think it's probably got to be my Neo-Tank. I really don't like the idea, I'm going to look for a way around it, but that might be necessary. I think the Neo-Tank needs to wall for my infantry. Nothing else can necessarily survive his battleship plus vehicle attacks, and I need to defend the infantry, otherwise he might be able to anti-aircraft gun plus tank it to death, and make me lose because of my 0 casualties goal. Having my most valuable and important unit get shot by a battleship for free is not my idea of a good strategy, but I see no other way out of the situation at this point. I'm just in a predicament because he has so many free battleships all crowding around me, which again they don't normally do. I'm sure I'll find some way to turn this mess around. One thing I can do though, if the AI cooperates, is neutralize this battleship by just pumping out infantry here and continually joining them up. It'll cost me like 3,000 net in repairs plus infantry costs, but it should take his ship off the board at least. Now, how can I save my bombers? His movement isn't really this scary because this is during a superpower. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get to here with 6 squares of movement, 3 left over. I think I can use my infantry to wall in some configuration. I just need to figure out what it's going to be. Okay, he can actually only get out to there, basically, before walls are accounted for. But this bomber can't get to safety on its own. So we'll have my infantry wall for that bomber, and the other one could just retreat into the corner and be safe there. I don't like having to move backward, but I think for now it's a necessary evil. This is highly unusual for him to send the battleships to Canbay and the fighter to Max, where they're both devastatingly effective. But I did want a challenge, and this is the maximum conceivable challenge you could have on this mission. If I can beat it like this, I could beat it no matter what. Yeah, that battleship is out of the action. I can just build an infantry per turn there, and it'll never move again until it runs out of ammo. Oh, that's concerning. I hope his fighter would just move in and I can start slugging it out and then move back to the east with my bombers. But if he stays defensive, he can wall my bombers out for quite a while like that. Again, he's playing a lot smarter than normal this time. Well, I guess that's a weird AI move in my favor, so that's good. You think you know an AI. Alright, let me keep running that battleship out of ammo. Can Max surprise him with a CO power? No, he can't. And I don't have a way to get any more power buildup really either. That would have been a great quick way to cripple this fighter and not need to worry about it any further. I've also got to keep an eye on his CO power gauge. If he surprises me with his CO power or superpower on one of several different fronts at this point, he could down one of my bombers, or my lander, or several other targets, and I couldn't do much about it unless I see it coming. So I've got to watch my step about that. I can keep poking this battleship until it's no longer a huge threat. So he's on a timer to get things done with that at least. I seem to be having somewhat bad luck damage against them so far though. He sure seems to hate my rocket. Understandable. If I don't kill this thing, it'll probably just end up running back, which isn't any good. If I strike it like this, I think it'll live, and then the battleship can't kill me, which is nice. And, oh, that'll probably kill it, which I don't really want either. What I see, and the reason I went for that shot, is that that tank actually can't retreat easily. It's blocked by all his other guys that are in that choke point. He could pull the infantry back, but he probably won't be smart enough to do so on purpose. I'll just take a calculated risk on that and hope I can keep this guy around for an easy kill and therefore a better power score later. Don't let them team up on anything. Man, he has a lot of anti-airs here, doesn't he? That's a great place for them as far as I'm concerned. know, the battleships can still team up on my anti-air, and with the tank they might be able to kill it. I can't allow that. If I do this move, it should leave that tank alive so I can get an easy kill in the future, isolated from the other ones so they can't join up, and also keep my anti-air safe. So, triple threat move. This is a nerve-wracking situation on multiple fronts, though. All of those battleships, the lander to keep alive, the fighter up north threatening my bombers. If I make one miscalculation anywhere, I lose. Or at least I lose a unit, therefore fail the challenge. If I could have Max take just a little bit of damage, that would give me my CO power, and then I could just surprise strike his fighter, and that would be the end of him over there. As it is, I might need to get a second fighter myself or something like that. That wouldn't be horrible if I had to do that, but it is a lot of resources I need to commit before I can move forward. I think, though, that I do want him to feel comfortable advancing. So maybe I will walk down here where he can think that he's safe and not be near his missiles or anything like that. I stand this guy over here, I'll take one shot, which should give me my CO power, which could be worth it. It also puts me at range where if I get hit again, I just will lose, but maybe it's worth the risk. He is prioritizing the lander over Kanbei infantry. I've been trying to find out what kind of AI his battleship even has to explain its weird behavior up until now, and I'm still not sure. Oh, he's not even being cautious anymore, he just went right on in. Okay. What's his other battleship going to do? Is it going to shoot? No, it's... Okay, they're all just after the lander, aren't they? That's a scary prospect, because they might well get it. Okay. I'd love to have this neotank get in on the action of just beating that thing into the ground before it becomes an even bigger threat. This one's getting to the point where it's no longer an existential threat. Even if the two of them team up, they only amount to one full power battleship, which is manageable. I'm gonna just refuel that thing. Need to prepare for him getting his CO power. Everything is an instant kill. Normally that's a good thing. I kind of think you're happy to hear it. Oh, all my attacks are instant kills, but no, here it's not a good thing. I would much rather be able to reduce some of these targets to, say, 1 HP, so that my infantry can finish them off in the future and give me a better overall power score. I need to conserve my vehicles on that turn for doing breakthroughs to get to even more targets. I also have an issue that I really want to use my Neotank and MD tank to do breakthroughs on the right, but they're needed at the same time on the left to deal with the battleships, and I can't really do both at once. It's also tempting to just put my rocket right on that base and just start shelling it out with them, but I think I shouldn't do that until they're taking another hit. There's not really a rush after all right now. Like, he doesn't have any super urgent threats that are bearing down on me. I can theoretically keep controlling these ships and eventually make a getaway or something like that with this lander. And this guy should be content to just fire away until he runs out of ammo, I think. It's a dangerous situation, but it's no longer the crisis that it was. Is that... okay, I can't inflict instant death. Shame, I like inflicting instant death. Suppose I walled this guy out like that. Yeah, he can still chase down my bombers pretty easily, I think. Maybe I'll just need to build myself a replacement bomber. I also need to think about how many days are left on the clock. You only get 25 days to win this, which isn't normally a problem, but when I'm stalled out like this, it could be a problem. 10 more days. I think I can do it in 10 days. Okay. Hopefully reducing to 2 HP. Pretty good. Get another bomber out. And then pull this guy back so he doesn't get wiped out by the anti-air that's coming. Whew, I almost forgot about that. Is there a safe spot anymore? Oh my gosh, there might not be. Okay, no. No. Whew, close one. He really almost got me there. Just this many battleships is hard to escape from. He built another one. Adder, this is too many battleships. The sheer number of them is going to displace so much water that it floods the land. The good thing is he's going for repairs there. I think Max is doing okay right now. Oh, he's actually at or near the unit cap right now. He can't build anything else from his factory or otherwise. Or at least not many more things, depending on how many things he's joined up that I've lost track of. I still need to get at least 7 kills in one turn as Kanbei, or it's all for nothing, though. Probably more than 7. That reduces that guy to the threshold of being killable, but I think I'll probably just do a join or go back for repairs instead. Which is okay. I'd love for that thing to land here, actually, so maybe I will leave a space open for it to do so. Is he just, like, making a rush for my HQ now or something? I don't even understand what is happening here. Okay. Do I have a way to get another MD tank out this turn and get it into the action faster? 2, 4, 5... I could do a join there. Does that really help me? Not much. I didn't actually leave his T-copter room to land here, but I think honestly he's going for that Western Island instead. So there really wasn't anything I could do to lure him to land here in the first place. Most likely. I'm trying to remember. If I use my superpower, can one of my tanks instant kill one of his anti-airs? I think the answer is no, but I'm not 100% certain that it's no. I'm going to walk that way so his copy doesn't see a tempting target. Okay, that one will live, which could be beneficial. It sticks around to the spot where it's easily killable. Is he able to produce anything, or is he truly at the cap? I think I would be happy to slide this guy on up here and just bring more targets into potential range. And if it wasn't for him being able to reach there, maybe I would get myself like flying like that. I need to think carefully about my formation here, though. He can now fly in and attack. He might be able to double team and kill that infantry. I'm not certain how the numbers work with Kanbei infantry being attacked like that. I think just the copter plus infantry would be fine, but if the battleship gets involved too, that could be a kill. Oh, that cruiser is carrying a guy that's carrying a guy. Well, he's going to get his superpower, probably from this, if not from the next one. Killing this does mean he can replace it, which is not ideal. I could surround this guy, that he'll think that he's got a fighter, even though he doesn't really have an operational one. That would mean this fighter can't accompany these guys over here to deal with any more air threats, though. But hopefully there wouldn't be any more air threats. I can take out this mini cannon while I'm just swinging on over here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. If only I had my CO power, I could end things next turn, maybe. But slow and steady wins the race. I do still have time to spare. A lot of time, in fact. I'm doing, well, all in all. It's been rather stressful to know that I'm an hour into this and risking losing if I make a single mistake here. Speaking of which, let me get my lander to safety. So, gotta move to at least that position, right? Yeah. You can't hit there, you can't hit there, and you can't hit there. So that seems like a good choice. Maybe I should go further, though, and just make a run to port if I can. Although his tank could hit me. 1, 2, 3. But that shouldn't be a big threat, should it? I think I can do this. And, run to port. And then get some heals and be a little bit less terrified. Okay. Let's see how it goes. It does go for that, so I do take a bit of damage here. Yeah, that will undo any repairs that I get. But I'm still alive. He can't finish me with his infantry, can he? I mean, I am Kanbei. Terrifying, but I did remember the numbers correctly. And he is basically at the unit camp, so he can hardly build anything, and his factory can't produce anything either. Another battleship? Really, Adder? Alright, well this is the big turn, I think. Before that battleship arrives, I should take advantage of all this crowding the Adder has done, kill off all of these guys, and get my great power turn. It means he can build units again, but it's well worth it, I believe. I've got to save this infantry too, of course. So first of all, I guess I'll just join up two people over there on the left where they can't really be useful regardless. Then I've got to think about what the best thing to do is. And I guess I don't know exactly because it depends a little bit on what the damage numbers are, and I can't know that until I have activated the power, because I just don't have it all memorized, because no one has it all memorized. I must also remember he will for sure have his superpower this time. Max is tantalizingly close, but he's just not quite there yet. If I can get to 8 kills, I will feel safe, I think. I'm just thinking about what's the possibility that like a fighter just spawns out of there and ruins everything. I don't know if it even could, but that would be just absolutely horrible if it happened. Hypothetically, oh, can't actually make it with that one. I was wondering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if a tank could finish off a 2 HP guy there. But we will never really know, will we? So, 1 kill. Pull this guy back and do a join. Is this enough to get a kill? Yes. 2 kills. Three kills. 4. Any of these guys that are tough to kill? Not a guaranteed kill. So that's kind of useless, isn't it? I'd love to finish with the Neo-Tank on his factory if I can. To block it, block all his troops to the east, and not take any real damage from his artillery that are nearby. Is there a better way, though? So the problem is, it seems that only a Neo-Tank or an MD tank can kill that guy off. This guy can't make it all the way. I can't kill it like that. Someone's got to take this thing out. I think I'll go for it like this. Would have loved to have that guy attack the battleship, but what can you do? That allows this guy to stand here. Couldn't follow it up, but oh well. Well, that was about as good as it gets, I think. What's he coming at me with? He's got... You know, maybe it is time for me to get out, at long last, a submarine next turn or something like that. Or just get another rocket here or something. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. He can shoot at one, he can't shoot at both of them. Alright, let me double check, triple check, quadruple check that having my lander go onto the port here and drop off is just fine. Looks like it is. The next thing I'm worried about is what if Adder just spawn moves a fighter or something like that out of his factory and ruins the bombers right now at the last second. A cruiser could be just as bad as a fighter too, depending on positioning. He also has this threat that I need to bear in mind as I move around troops too. Won't be easy. Not while he has a superpower, anyway. Where's the safest position to pull that guy into? I mean, here should work, I guess. That cruiser can attack up to here. That square's not safe. Not safe from that side, not safe from that side. It's really hard to find a safe way in here. If I had my CO power, that'd be one thing, but I don't have it. 1, 2, 3, 5. I could build something here and let it get shot, and that would speed up my getting my CO power. Okay, one more time. An attack. Alright. Well, I'll take this one out at least and have one less variable to deal with. I'll need to live another turn, I suppose. That's where it's not safe. Can't get over land there the way I would like to. Should be another way to stay safe. There's no blind spot to exploit there. A frustratingly good formation, all in all. But with 3 bombers, maybe there'll be a way to force a path through. You never know. You can't have fun when you're attacking Canva during Samurai Spirit. That is a no fun zone. Oh, he actually did damage there. He got a good luck roll. This part's unfortunate. Wasn't anything I could do about it, really. But that's okay. so many anti-airs. Okay, first of all, let me just check that there's no way to win this right now with Max. No way to win it right now with Max. Even if he had his CO power, he couldn't win it right now. Well, I think even though it means that I'll have to not building this turn, I will just take out that battleship. And over here, I think I'll just need to retreat under heavy fire. I will shuffle this rocket around onto that defense. With 2 rockets here, it is now possible. If I do that, he might even wall me in. I'm not even going to risk that. I'm going to stand here with a little bit less defense and not worry about getting walled in. Trying to retreat these tanks because I'd rather the battlecopter be forced to run into a wall of anti-airs. I've already done my big attack, I've already got my power score, so on Canvas front I just need to kill units that are a threat like battleships and nothing else is important. There's a time limit now until my bomber runs out of fuel and dies. And let's see. So the good news is that Adder no longer has his superpower, so he can't actually attack like that anymore. So I can attack like this, clearing a path. And this spot is safe. Safe that is, unless he gets a fighter out from his factory this turn. But there's nothing I can do about that. And no way for me to know, really. Okay, they have 6 movement normally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually will block me, which is a real nuisance. But one I can't do anything about right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can attack to there. He can't attack here. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should be safe from that side. And 2, 4, 6 should be safe from that side. And the mini cannon should be safe from 2. Okay. It should be good. I worry about something going wrong now, but we should be okay. Adder really never did substantially block his own factory. I mean, the missile did on the right starting around turn, like, 17 or something like that, but then he was at the unit cap anyway, so it didn't make a bit of difference. So this is about the best possible luck Adder could have, not blocking himself, producing all his high-quality air and naval units all the way through. Yeah, painful. Alright, let me just confirm that it really is over and Kanbei's moves don't matter anymore. You've got enough fuel, so you can definitely go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and attack. And then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and attack, and that will kill it. Oh, he actually did block it. So here at the very end of all things, he blocked himself. It's day 19, so I have 6 whole days left on the clock, I've lost 0 units, and I have massively overkilled the power score. So after all the difficult moments and all the times I had to rethink because Adder's AI behaved weirdly, I've come out on top and overkilled all the scores. Despite Adder having incredibly good luck and not blocking his own factory until the very end. Maybe I'll taunt him with a final rocket here. and of course a max battleship. Alright, how about that? You're right about that one, Sensei. I think that ranks among my most difficult strategy game challenges ever, even harder than Great Sea Battle Frontal Assault No Casualties. Definitely a lot of close calls in there, and I had to adapt several times. I do still wonder why the AI behaved so weirdly on this mission, compared to not just any other mission, but also how it behaved during my test runs of this chapter. Once again, there appear to be no radios or other forms of long-distance communication in this world most of the time. Maybe they're all like Flack, telling people to shut up because microphones are too complicated. Well, that victory fanfare here feels very well deserved. Me too, Kanbei. You get a gold star or gold comet or something for your work today. Alright. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that was as exciting for you as it was for me. And a special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Illusory Thunder, Master Knight DH, Nazrilla Khan, Gregory, William Wakefield, and Kenny Boggs. Join me next time for a special challenge that I promised way back when I was playing through the normal campaign. And then, on to Blue Moon. Have a great day, everyone.